Hello and welcome everyone back to another video. Today we are going to be taking on the Gibraltar Build a Nation Save. Um, so how this is going to work, I will set a tactic and simulate through the whole Gibraltar season, see how it goes. Sign players of course, and then I'm also have put myself in charge of Gibraltar. The main goal of this save is to make Gibraltar win the World Cup. Yeah, that's going to be very difficult. Um, Another thing that I have done is I have added a database, which changes the Club World Cup a little bit, if we ever get there with Gibraltar, of course. Just to add the same money as in real life, as you can see. Um, a win, 1.6 million pounds, and then if you lose, you get money. Um, And then if you get all the way through, you get like 30 million pounds. There is also the Intercontinental Cup, or the old FIFA World Cup, also in here with the same money, same everything every year. Um, Another thing that I have done is that I don't have any real player. I selected the thing that said add fake players. So Andrew Mills, despite this being the first day of the save, as you can see, June 12th, Andrew Mills, 23 years old, new player. If I even come over here, click on Arsenal. Now, so as you can see, or you can come in here. This is Tottenham's team. You can see, oh, this could be Lucas Bergvall. But they're all fake players, and like, you might look at this guy and think, oh, Heung-min Son, but it's not. It's Young. So that is something to add a little bit of excitement. I also did take the thing, so players shouldn't or should be at other clubs as of early August. Um, so even if you are looking around here, like if we go back to Spurs, even though Son is left, um, sorry, oops. You might have other players that have come in but are just slightly different, not at the same team that they were before. Um, so that's how it's gonna work. I also have picked the team. This is the tactic that we're gonna run. That's what the that's what my assistant manager thinks is the best, but this is the tactic we're gonna play. Two wingers on attack, shadow striker behind an advanced forward, two DMs, two midfielders. You can see here, two wing backs, two ball playing defenders, a sweeper keeper on support. Um, I will also be playing the same formation. I haven't set it up, but I will be playing the same formation for Gibraltar. And we will be trying to get them to win the World Cup, even though the Euro qualifiers have begun in the save, and we have lost the opening game, as you can see, to Greece. It should be fun. So I'm just going to make some transfers. Then I'll be back. So we are back. I have made quite a number of signings, as you can see here. There are 10 signings for the first team. We've also loaned out Antonio Carrasco, just the one out. He wasn't very good. He was playing for our under 23s. As you can see, he's Spanish as well. So he won't be. I'm not sure if he is Gibraltar. Nope, he does not. He is not eligible. So that is fine with me. So basically, how this Build a Nation will work is, if you didn't know, players from the UK like England, Scotland, Wales. Um, their eligibility only could take 2 years. Oops, sorry. To get to be there, to gain Gibraltar nationality. So this is one of the new guys I brought in, John Blundell. He's English, as you can see. And then you see this days to eligibility, 67 days for Gibraltar, or 2 years. So we are going to really focus on bringing in English players to improve the team. But moving on, looking at all the transfers, we brought in Ryan Torres. He's a young Gibraltarian youth international. We brought him in because he could play in that 10 right there, and he is also homegrown, which we need at least 4 of in the squad at all times. So I made a real effort to try and bring in a few because I think we only had 3 or 4 coming in. The next, we needed a center back. We brought in Manuel Yagros on a free. He's done well in preseason. The Paraguayan 21-year-old. Hopefully, it will take him, as you can see here, 5 years to gain nationality. But hopefully, we could do better. Or hopefully, we could keep him for that time. See if he could join. We brought in Steve Bryan, another young Englishman. I brought him in to mostly play center back. Um, he is English, 2 years, as you can see there. We really needed center backs. He could also probably play in the midfield if we needed him to. Kyle Knight, he is not a very good goalkeeper, but I brought him in because he is homegrown. Um, and we didn't have any good goalkeepers at the club. Like you look here, not a single good one. Compare them. Look, this is the guy that I took him out of the squad for. As you can see, we just needed a bit more depth. There are no real good goalkeepers. Daniel Smith will probably be the number one, or Chris Aguilera, but brought him in, 29 years old, to be that goalkeeper, backup goalkeeper. Uh, we we just looked at. We've already seen John Blundell, but like he's a center midfielder. Um, like we really needed center backs and midfielders. We had no good ones, really. And now Alberto Pioli, I only brought him in because he's from Saint Barthélemy. The only reason I brought him in, I saw him, I was like, why not? I've never used a player from Saint Barthélemy. Um, I believe they're a colony of France. So I mean that's good. Yeah, so he is French. I don't think he'll ever play for Gibraltar ever, but I just brought him in because I thought it would be funny. He can also play anywhere really. Center back, midfield, center attacking midfield in the 10. Um, so good depth there. Sean Duarte, another Gibraltarian. I brought him in because he's homegrown. He can play center back, defensive midfield, right back. We really needed the homegrown players, so I tried to bring in a few. The next player, Dieter Strauch, the German winger. He's got great determination. He looks fairly decent for this level. Um, 20 years old. I I hope he could be good. Um, he can play right mid, right wing. He could sort of play in the 10 or in the midfield, defensive midfield. Not really though, but maybe in a pinch if we really needed it. I also brought in Andrew Thompson, an English midfielder who did get generated for the Lincoln Red Imps. I brought him in on loan to provide more depth in that midfield at the back. We do have a buy option of £7,000. I might not use it, but he does already have that Gibraltar nationality there. And then the final player, Ryan Hernandez, another homegrown player we also brought in on loan. A lot of these players aren't very good, but they are better than nothing. And if you look here, we pick best 11. Thompson steps in. We've got your Gross. We've got some very good players coming in. Sorry. And then we also have a couple of players. We have three homegrown players that would step into the 11, and then four who would not be here or who would be on the bench coming to the games. So I think that is enough. Um, then we take a look. The board want us to finish mid-table. We are 50 to 1 odds, which is pretty good. We're not in these bottom four teams who will be struggling. But you look at the rules, you can see here. You play 20 games, top 6 qualify for the championship group, which we need to be focusing on getting to. That should be our main goal for season 1. But we're gonna now simulate to the next transfer window to January, and see how the team is doing.
Okay, so we are in January. January 1st, as you can see. And right now, we sit 5th. I mean, it's not bad. It is. It is not bad. We've only lost once to St. Joseph's 5-4. Right there, third game of the season. A 99th minute penalty. That hurts. I'm not gonna lie. That hurts. We also scored. They also scored in the 92nd minute to equalize and the 99th minute to win it. That is not fun. But on other news, Andrew Mills, 7 goals, 1 assist in 10 games. I'm assuming he missed one due to suspension. Nick Smith, though, he looks very good for our team, doesn't he? 10 goals in 9 games. That is very, very, very good. But yeah, we are 5th, 5 wins, 5 draws, 1 loss. We need to start turning those draws into wins. We are fairly clear of 7th, 9 points ahead of Mons Calpe, who would be top 6 qualify for the championship group. We don't have any money though. I could move this over a bit. Still don't have any money for transfers this summer. But I think we'll just stick with the team we've got. We'll just stick with this team we have. But we do have a lot of players playing very well. Adrian Zerain Esser, who's probably looks like our best player based on ratings. We could look here. Adrian Esser, he does look quite good. 6 goals, 7 assists. That is not bad. But we're gonna get to the end of the season, and I'll show you how we do.
Okay, so we have reached the end of the season here in the first year in Gibraltar. Um, it was a decent season, pretty good. If we look here, I know we left off January, we'd only lost one game. We had a poor run of form here in January and February, only winning one from 5 league games, coming against Man 62. Um, we also had a bit of a cup run, which was good. Um, Kind of maybe took our focus off of the league a bit, but that's okay. So in the first game in the quarterfinals in the Rock Cup, we beat Lions. Then as we keep on going down, you can see we did qualify for the championship group. We beat Magpies in the Rock Cup semi-final, which got us to the final. Like I said, bit of a cup run. We had some good games, and then we lost in the final in the 121st minute to College 75. That means they are in Europe for next year. That would have been huge for us. Um, but other than that, that's really, we had a good championship group where we only lost the one game to Lincoln. Um, that probably that we drew, so we won the other three, which is pretty good. But that saw us finish fourth. So even if we wouldn't have finished in the top three no matter what. And as you can see, College 75 finished eighth, and they managed to win the Rock Cup, which, I mean, that's disappointing. But if we come here, let's just take a look at. So they beat. Did they start in the first round? No, they were in the quarterfinals. Beat Man 62. Lincoln went out really early to St. Joseph's, which is good. And then they beat St. Joseph's, and then they beat us in the final. We can build on that. These are our budgets. 1,000 not very much to spend, but I mean, we just really need to build on and qualify, finish top three. Hope that Lincoln or us win the Rock Cup, because they will win the league most likely for the first few years. And then we come here. Let's just take a quick look. Andrew Mills, 21 goals he scored, 2 times more than anyone else. Adrian is retiring, which is a big, big loss. 9 goals to 11 assists. Um, we also might bring in Andrew Thompson, 5 goals from the middle of the park on loan, £7,000. Maybe not then. But yeah, that's how our season finished. And then we are also in charge of Gibraltar, and I am also playing this 4-2-3-1 formation that I am playing with Lynx. But that didn't go too well. We lost every single qualifier game. 10-2 was probably the most notable one. And then 5-3 against the Netherlands, the closest we came to winning as well, maybe. And then probably that 1-0 loss at home to Ireland, also probably a pretty good result for where we are. We were in the Nations League playoffs, and we lost both games to Lithuania, meaning we're into League D, against Andorra and Malta, which, I mean, Malta would be the favorite to go up. Or Andorra, we're probably gonna finish rock bottom of that group to start things off. But that is how the first season in Gibraltar did go. So our goals for next year would be to finish top three, and that will be the end of this video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you did enjoy. Bye!